Welcome to my manga. I am Asian Manga, and welcome to the Monster Manual. It's been 2 months since my last one. I've been meaning to do this one again, but here we go. Nomu. Now, to get started, Nomu, translated the name, means the mindless, which kind of shows that they have their brains sticking out and they're basically zombies. But they're really interesting. I like the Nomu for many reasons. They're very powerful and they're basically kind of foot soldiers. Like, even the weaker ones are in mid-tier. Like, Nomu are not something to sneeze at. They're very dangerous. And they can have many abilities. And the way to make a Nomu is takes quite a bit of time. They are kind of like, the best way to describe them is that they're like, Nomu are like zombies that take a lot more time to make. They're my favorite type of the undead, like say Frankenstein's monster and all that type of stuff. Like, it takes time, which makes them more powerful. It doesn't always work like that, but that's like my zombie idea. Like, that's why I like the Resident Evil series, because they have a lot of awesome undead that take a lot of experimentation that are very unique, which I really like. That's why I like the Resident Evil series, mainly because of the monsters. The Nomu are very much like the tyrants from Resident Evil, except you got the really weak Nomu, and then you got the cream of the crop, the high end. I'll start off with the ranks of Nomu. You got the low end Nomu, which are basically all very pale, very blue-white and all that, and they basically very skinny, very lanky, not very powerful. Well, they are strong and easily take down squads for heroes, but like when you go to the Stain arc, you see like 3 Nomu just like basically rampaging through a city. It was really easy to. It took a lot of heroes to take him down, and Endeavor basically defeated all 3 of them. Endeavor is like top tier. And then you got like the mid-end Nomus, when you got like the one who fought against All Might at the USJ incident, and that Nomu was pretty powerful. I'd say it's the highest mid-rank Nomu we've seen, and it's pretty damn powerful. It had shock absorption abilities, and like you can add. How I first thought Nomu were created, that All For One grabbed a guy, basically stole quirks from a bunch of people, and then added it to the person. But no, very recently in the manga, it's explained that Dr. Ujiko can basically copy quirks and add them to the Nomu, which how he made a copy of One For All, basically. Oh, and at the beginning of this video, it's gonna have like a spoiler warning, so basically, Nomu are very dangerous. And if you watch the 4th season of the anime, you met the first high-end Nomu, which is Hood. And here is my favorite Nomu. Well, my second favorite Nomu. My favorite Nomu is the Chainsaw Nomu. And I don't know why, that's just a cool Nomu. It's basically just a giant chainsaw monster. I don't know. It's just really cool. Hood is my second favorite, and it's really damn powerful, and it took like 2 top-ranked heroes just to take this guy down, and it was awesome. Like, the whole fight in the manga was good, and the whole fight in the anime was good. But there was a whole bunch of stuff you needed to do that could have been great about. We get an explanation on Hood in like Vigilantes right now. Well, Vigilantes is a side manga, that's all you need. Is that it's a prequel to My Hero, and we get like Hood, like kind of like before he becomes a full-fledged Nomu. And Hood is just basically a boss, is basically, even before he becomes a Nomu, like when he's a semi-Nomu, he's still really damn strong. And other high-end Nomu that we've seen include Kurogiri and a whole bunch of Nomu in the most recent War arc. And those Nomu I have like a few reviews on those chapters when Mirako takes down a whole bunch of Nomu, and I didn't like that. It's just like I just felt that Mirako wasn't powerful enough to take down all these high-end Nomu, which definitely we hadn't seen any feats from her. I just didn't like that. But eventually, yeah, with all the explanations that these Nomu were nerfed and it went quickly, that tides of battle really started shifting. When Shigaraki woke up, tides just went in completely in their favor. And then a whole bunch of stuff. I don't like the end of that arc. I just didn't like it. Although I am liking the most recent chapters, like the last two. But also, Semi-Nomu is kinda Gigantamakia. He's the closest thing you can get to a Nomu without actually being a Nomu. And he is really terrifying. And he is really powerful. He's on the level of All Might. But he's not very smart, but he's very useful. He's very powerful, although Gigantamakia just got taken out of the picture, although I hope One for All takes Gigantamakia back. And Kurogiri is very powerful. He is a Nomu of Aizawa's old friend when he was at UA, and he with all his Warp Gate abilities, and this is really fucking cool. Like, Kurogiri is a Nomu, and I was just wondering about this guy, because he doesn't seem to be quite right to be human. He always seemed different to me. I always wondered, what was this guy's deal? Like, sure, he wore a suit, but he always covered himself in his smoke. And when they explained that he's an high-end Nomu, I thought, that makes total sense. Because he didn't really feel right to be a normal person. He just felt different. And also the idea is that the corpses of these people become the Nomu. And probably that's the difference between Gigantamakia and a Nomu, is that Gigantamakia is still alive. And this is gonna be a rambling video. Just rambling. Nomu are very useful, and plus, it takes time to make a Nomu. And plus, Nomu can have many different uses, like they can have straight out combat abilities, plus they can have like boosting abilities, like support abilities, like teleportation. Like, remember how the slime, basically that oil slime back at the raid arc, how they tried to attack the League of Villains and how it took up and you thought that was One for All? I mean, yeah, All for One, I mean. It's just like, that oil stuff you thought was All for One, but was actually a Nomu called Johnny. And that's just, I love about the Nomu, is that how twisted it is. That the Nomu are given children names, very childish names. And the guy who makes them is very twisted. Because it is very sick, these Nomu, and it's very dark, and I love it. It's like, I love the twistedness and all this other stuff that the Nomu represent. But they're also, I just love the Nomu. They're very, very dark and very, very useful in combat. I don't have much to say, I just really like them. Considering that their strength level, I'll give them a very good defense, because they have high speed regeneration, which means that basically they're like trolls from D&D. They can heal really quick, but if you add fire like Endeavor, they can't heal very properly unless you're a high-end Nomu, which then you basically need Shigaraki's Decay. But with, say, characters, I'd have to say like Saitama, one punch from them, the Nomu is destroyed. But still, Nomu are very strong, very durable, and very fast. Depending on the Nomu, I'm gonna have to give them around like a 5 to a 3. Like, I don't remember my category, but 1 is basically easy, anybody can take down. I think I'll have 10 as basically a deity. I don't know, I'm gonna have to figure it out later. But Nomu are pretty powerful, in the middle. Like, in their own series, they're very powerful, very hard to take down, but still, in the outer, in everything, like, say, I could definitely see that characters from Toriko, Bleach, and a whole bunch of other series could easily one-shot them, like, in the higher-end series, like Naruto as well. Black Clover, I could definitely see Asta having a little bit of a trouble against them because they don't have magic, but still, like, other characters in Black Clover could easily destroy a nomu. And it's quite, I really like these nomu because they're threats, they're devastating, but they can also be like hordes of them. Like, they can be very terrifying. And I don't have much to say. I've just been rambling. I've just been talking about it. Record of Ragnarok recently came out. The second chapter 100. No, not 100. Chapter 43 and 42 and 43 are coming out, and 42 is already out. 43 is out in a few days, so I'm gonna do them both together. And that's it. That's manga. I am Agent Manga. Like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, and that's it. Bye.